They called themselves Deacons, but their gospel wasn't preached in church. It was preached through the crack of gunfire, the echo of resistance, and the right to survive. The year was 1964. The civil rights movement was in full swing. Marches, sit-ins, nonviolence. But in the Deep South, nonviolence met its limits. In places like Jonesboro and Bogalusa, Louisiana, Black men who had served in Korea and World War II returned home to find that peace could not protect their families. The Klan was still burning crosses, still shooting into homes, still dragging men into the night. Local police looked away, or worse, joined in. And so, a new chapter of self-defense was born. The Deacons for Defense and Justice emerged from the very heart of danger, organized first by Ernest Chilly Willie Thomas and Frederick Douglass Kirkpatrick. Their mission was simple: defend the defenseless and protect civil rights workers who risk their lives every day. They weren't militants. They were men who understood that freedom without protection was a fragile dream. Armed with shotguns, rifles, and military discipline, they escorted marchers, patrolled Black neighborhoods, and made it clear, if you came shooting, you'd meet resistance. In Bogalusa, a small industrial town ruled by white supremacists, the Deacons became legends. They stopped night riders in their tracks. They confronted armed police at protests, and when the Klan tried to invade Black neighborhoods, they found themselves outgunned for the first time in Louisiana history. Civil rights leaders were divided. Some feared their presence would overshadow the message of nonviolence, but others, including Martin Luther King Jr., quietly understood, without men like the Deacons standing guard, there might not have been a movement left to protect. Their courage didn't make the headlines, but their presence changed the balance of power. In every town where they appeared, the violence suddenly slowed. The Klan realized the days of terrorizing unarmed families were coming to an end. Behind the scenes, their work inspired others. The Black Panther Party, community patrols in Mississippi, and even aspects of later self-defense organizations. They were the invisible shield of the movement, the men who made sure that Black life had a right to exist, not just resist. For too long, their story was buried beneath the shine of peaceful protest. But the truth is, the civil rights movement survived because somebody stood watch, because somebody was willing to say, "We will not die quietly." The Deacons didn't just protect people, they protected a principle, that freedom without defense is only a promise, and that true justice demands the right to stand tall. In the archives of American history, they're often a footnote. But in the memory of those who lived it, the Deacons for Defense were more than a group. They were a wall between life and death, between fear and freedom. Their story reminds us that sometimes peace must be protected by those willing to fight for it. They were brothers, veterans, fathers, and soldiers of a quiet war, and their legacy still echoes every time a community stands up to defend its own. This is the Black History Vault, unearthing the legacies of our hidden architects of liberation. Like, comment, and subscribe so that the names of our Black leaders will never be erased.